Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today this is episode 17 of our Let's Talk series. For the next couple of weeks or so, I am just giving out some beginner tips or sharing with you my experiences as a predominant crocheter who has gotten into sock knitting, and just, giving you guys some ideas on the best type of yarn to use that is easily affordable, some nice needles that are good to purchase. I also talk about basically things that I would recommend to you as a beginner sock knitter. So if you are interested in today's video, we're going to be talking about the two heels that I have knitted. I'm not going to go into a full tutorial about them, not tutorial, but a full in-depth review, because I've already done so within our Let's Talk series, and you could find those videos linked down below or in our Let's Talk playlist on my channel, where I talk to you about the process of knitting the Flegel heel and the process of knitting the Afterthought heel. I just wanted to bring you guys some pros and cons of both of the heels, as I have knitted both of them twice now, and I want you to have the best information out there for when you get started on your sock journey. So we can go ahead. I'm going to just scoot my mic a little closer. Sorry for shaking the camera, but we can go ahead and just get straight into this video. Again, I am a complete beginner as well. I have only knitted 2 pairs of socks, actually 3 pairs of socks, 2 adult socks and 1 baby socks. So there are more experienced people out there who can give you better advice. This is just everything that I've experienced so far from my perspective in my sock knitting journey. So I hope that any of this information can help you. And then if we have our experienced knitters, our sock knitters on the channel, please go ahead and drop those advice in the comments below, because I learn from you guys every single time I upload a video, and I want to thank you so much for that. So I'm going to talk about first is the very first heel that I ever knit was the Flegel heel. And you guys know I always shout out her channel, Yolanda from Happy Knits. I will link her below, where she will teach you how to do a cast on, how to knit the sock 2 at a time, and how to put the heel in there, and as well as doing a cuff and a bind off. So that is a great all-in-one video for you for the Flegel heel. So with the Flegel heel, it's basically worked as you work the sock, and that means whether you're doing I don't know if it works for cuff down, but I'm speaking more with toe up. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. I predominantly knit my socks toe up. So when you do your socks toe up and you knit the foot of your sock, so you do your toe increases and you knit your foot, then you're going to do your increases and then work your heel turn, and then you're going to do your decreases to get right back to your original stitch count. That is basically the logistics of a Flegel heel. Now, I love the Flegel heel because of the ease. One, you basically are done with the sock when you're done with the sock. Like with the Afterthought heel, you knit the sock and then you have to put in the heel. So, but with this heel, you knit it as you knit the sock. And I do have a little demonstration of what it would look like on my little socks for my nephew. It's just a very subtle heel. You guys can see it. Right there, you see it creates a V when you do those increases, and then of course you would decrease down to your original stitch count after you turn your heel. I highly recommend the Flegel heel. Guys, it is a easy peasy thing to learn. You really only need to know how to knit, how to purl, and how to turn your work, which if you have been knitting, you already know how to do all of that. So it's not anything that you would need to learn. And then maybe you would want to learn how to do different increases. For me, I like to use the yarn over increase, but I know there's the knit front and back. There's also an increase where you knit one right, knit one left. So there's so many things that you can learn when it comes to the Flegel heel, but it's still keeps it easy for you. And I would highly recommend it. If you never made socks before, use the Fleegle heel. The only con I would have to say about the Fleegle heel, and it's just because of my bias, it's not cute. If I'm knitting socks, I really want them to be cute, and that's why I gravitated to the Afterthought heel, because it's just really, sorry, there's the dog. It's just really, really, really cute. So with that being said, if you don't mind that it's not really that aesthetic, because I know I'm a weirdo, that's just me, knit the Fleegle heel, guys. Let that be your first heel. It's super easy and you won't get frustrated, because all you're doing is increasing, decreasing, knit, purl, which you already know how to do. So definitely check out Yolanda from Happy Knits if you want a full sock tutorial on how to do everything. She goes over everything for you guys, and I highly recommend that video. So next I'm going to talk about the Afterthought heel. Now the Afterthought heel is exactly how it sounds. You knit your whole entire sock and then you pick up stitches and then you knit in the heel after. So this is the first pair of socks that I ever knit, and these have the Afterthought heel in them. Let me grab my sock blocker. I'm going to show you guys. I unfortunately don't have a tiny sock blocker to put the other ones on, but I got big feet ones, and this is what it looks like when you knit an Afterthought heel. So you pick up the stitches. So if you could see, because I did a contrasting heel, I picked up stitches along this side and under, and then I knit the heel in that space, and this creates a cute triangle. So like when you have your socks like this, they look like a triangle. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's so cute. And honestly speaking, guys, when I get, those stitches, when I start working on my Afterthought heel, the rest is easy. The rest is super easy. The hard part comes in when you have to cut the yarn. So here we go. That's what that looks like. So I just want to talk about what can be difficult about the Afterthought heel. It really depends on how comfortable you are with cutting your yarn, and also how good you are at picking up stitches. So you have to pick up stitches with one row in between your two needles, and then you cut that middle row. If you were to cut that incorrectly, guys, you could unravel your stitches that you picked up on your needles. And I am speaking from 100% experience. So that is the most frustrating thing to me about the Afterthought heel, is that I really hate it. Every single time I do the Afterthought heel, I always have to finagle and fix things because I've cut something. I just messed up somewhere, and now one of my live stitches is just this big, and I have to tie it, and it's very stressful, and I dread it every single time, but I do it, guys, because I love the way it looks. It's so pretty to me. It is super pretty to me, and that is exactly why I do it. Guys, you cannot tell me that this is not cute. Where's my other sock? I like this one because it has the blue stripes on it on the heel. And I love sock blockers. I just got these. I didn't realize the importance of them until I got them, and now I'm just like in love with them. I love these, guys. I love the way the Afterthought heel looks. It satisfies all my sock expectations, and even though it's frustrating, that's why I continue to do it. And I know in my other videos, I'm like, no, I'm going to just keep doing the Fleegle. I'm going to do the Fleegle heel because it's easy. I'm a liar. I love the Afterthought heel, the way it looks. I don't like doing it, but I like the way it looks. But with that being said, guys, I don't recommend this for your first time. Especially because it's this sock you worked so hard on, and you worked on it for so long. You put your blood, sweat, tears, and frustration into this sock, and you cut it, and then you mess it up. No, that don't roll with me. So that's why I would highly recommend, for the time being, until you get better, and practice picking up stitches in the meantime. Guys, just do the Fleegle heel, okay? The Afterthought heel is cute and all, but just do the Fleegle heel. Or there are other heels that I'm failing to mention. You can do a heel flap and gusset. That doesn't require you to cut your yarn. You just have to pick up stitches. And from the video I watched by the Crazy Sock Lady, it's easy to pick up the stitches. I don't know why I was so intimidated. Sorry. I think I was so intimidated before because I was new to knitting. So like it just looked very monstrous to me. But now that I've been knitting for a couple years, it doesn't look that intimidating. You could do a heel flap and gusset. And I heard that for people who wear really hard on their heels, there's a way to reinforce it and make it a little bit stronger with the heel flap and gusset. You can also do what's called a fish lips kiss heel. I have never done one, but I know that a lot of the sock knitters on YouTube highly recommend it, and they said it's really easy and it is $1 on Ravelry. So you can also do that heel as well. There are many different heels in the world. I have yet to try them, the fish lips kiss or the heel flap and gusset, but that's definitely on my list. I just wanted to let my beginner sock knitters know, because when I was doing my research, besides the heel flap and gusset, these were the only two that I ever heard of until recently with the fish lips kiss heel. So with that being said, guys, definitely try both, but just be cautious. That's what I can say. I would never discourage you from doing one. I think you should do both. But do the Fleegle heel first. I'm just kidding. So with that, that's just some recommendations I have from you guys from some things that I've learned while doing my sock knitting journey. I do want to let you guys know that I do plan on knitting a sock cuff down, and I do plan on doing a heel flap and gusset. And once I do those two things, I will be doing another Let's Talk video so we could talk all about that. So that is all I have for you guys. I hope that this video has shedded some light on if you had any questions about what type of heel would be best to knit for your first time. Of course, to all my people who have knitted socks their whole life, please leave myself and our beginners some comments, some advice in the comment section below so that we could talk about it. And of course, guys, if you have any questions for me, you can always reach me here on YouTube. I am very responsive with my messages, or you can always message me on Instagram, which is _crochet_co. I'm not really on Ravelry. I don't know why, I just forget about Ravelry, but you can always find me also on Facebook at The Crochet COMP, The Crocheting Company, which is all listed down below, as well as with my email, which is justdoitcrochet@gmail.com. All of that information is below. Shoot me an email, Instagram message, YouTube comment if you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions for me that would make my knitting journey easier. I highly appreciate all of that. I do want to thank you so much for watching today's Let's Talk video, and I hope to see you in the next one.